Welcome back, fellow citizens of Jar, to Deron for Super President. This is the show in which we try to build our own country, take over the entire universe, and fix all of the universe's problems. If that sounds like something you think you might like, please hit the subscribe button down below to be counted as a citizen and to join us on our path to glory. Language. The thing that I need to communicate all of my wonderful plans around the universe. If you think about it, many different places use language. If not, they probably just wave. But even that's a form of language. I tricked you. Any type of communication that you can use should technically count. Realistically, if you live somewhere like I do, as in Canada, you have multiple official languages. Of course there's English, which is kind of like default mode at this point in time. It's boring, it's bland, it's like drinking mayonnaise out of the cup. And then on the other end of Spicy Town we have Sriracha. In Canada, that's French. In many other places, like Bulgaria, it's Bulgarian. I know. It's what you'd expect, but it's very cool nonetheless. Now, you didn't think I would merely get through the fact that an amazing citizen, Mizpeled, came up with an entire language for Jar. I'm not going to read this comment and simply move on. No, that would do disservice to the amazing amount of work put into this. So today, we're adding an official language to Jar. Now, you might be wondering, how does somebody just make a language? Well, it's apparently a hobby some people have. I don't understand the amount of work that goes into it, but I appreciate the product that comes back out at the other end of that hobby. When you make your own language, it's called a conlang, which stands for convicted Lamborghini. That's also a trick. It stands for constructed language, which is, there's a lot of obvious things. This conlang in particular is called Tuab. Now, this language does not just allow you to sprinkle letters wherever you deem fit. When you make a word, you make it right. You have vowels, and then you switch over to a consonant, and then you have to go back to a vowel or end the word. Or you can have a glottal stop, which is a one of those. I'm known for my glottal stop talents. So instead of something like the word bottle, you might have bottle. Now, you might find that a little bit silly because I'm using O's like 3 times there, but if you've ever sung along to the Lilo and Stitch soundtrack, you'll understand that it's a gorgeous way of doing language, and Hawaiian, another language that shares this characteristic, is something that I find absolutely gorgeous, and I'm kind of in love with it. So the fact that this language, unbeknownst to me, was created in one of the coolest sounding ways possible made me very happy. Now, as we all know, I'm horrible and garbage at pronouncing anything, or understanding most things. So as we go forward, don't eat the grain of salt, have more like a teaspoon, and then spit it out. It's too salty. We don't need to be salty people, we need to be full of flavor. Now, the consonants we have available to us are p, b, j, j, u, t. Now, according to the phonetic keyboard on Wikipedia, thank you for existing, as far as it's a, e, u, e, and then question mark, which is a glottal stop, and then at some point in time, I think I saw e, which is the other I sound. E. Now, the grammar in Tuab is much different from the grammar that you would find in English. You would not say Deron walked to the store, it's subject, object, verb. So subject, Deron, object, store, verb, walked. So, Deron's store walked. There's also a different way of doing past tense. You don't conjugate verbs, which is the thing that most people hate doing in school anyway. You would say, Deron's store, past tense, walk. Which I'm fine with. I actually think it's very cool, especially when you're bouncing around in consonants and vowels. There's also no plural versions of words, which is amazing because I live in Canada with the meese and the gooses. It's just something that you have to deal with. You have to just sort of know it. So it's annoying when you have to learn a second language and it just changes word to word. So I appreciate that. Probably said that horribly, but I'm very happy. This is the first take. Now, in most languages, you just have to know most of the words. That's a problem, unless you're in German, at which point you know some of the words, then you sort of tape them together to make bigger and longer words that go on for miles. Now, Mizpeled has given us a wonderfully short, yet weirdly complete dictionary of all the things I will need to finish this episode. is am, are is lem, think, believe, know is ja-o, give is tu, and to be fair, I did my best on pronunciation, so I'm getting probably at least one of these vowels, if not multiple of these vowels, wrong. And I can't look up native speakers of this language because there are none. So I'm trying. I'm sure as time goes on, we'll all get wonderful accents and Mizpeled will correct me, and I will go from there. I also enjoy how we have some words that feel oddly directed at me. To rule over, or own, is oban, and jar is tona poman. There's even mac and cheese after my previous episode. Poma paman emen. It just keeps going. It's amazing and perfect. I am genuinely going to at least somewhat try to practice this, as long as I find a correct way to make sure I know pronouncing each vowel correctly in its context, which I'm trying very much to do, but this has made me extremely itapan, which is happy. It's the word for happy. Also, I'm probably not doing the glottal stops right, but this is hard for me, but I love it. I'm gonna need more practice on this, so we'll call it here for now. This has been your super presidential candidate Deron signing off for Saturday, saying welcome to Jar. Jar takes all kinds. You are family now. Please join us this week and every week. We go up every single Saturday and Monday. Don't forget to check down in that description below for links to fun things. And I will leave you, as always, with our viewer-submitted motto for Jar, which is, and I will have to read this, Mam dona pomen lem. Miu dona pomen ia liita miu mam liita. See you on Monday. And this episode is brought to you by Aiden Fisher, as well as Rachel, as well as Luke. 3 people that deserve all of the love and admiration I have, and I will express it once I learn to say it in Jar's language. Thanks.